Good morning, I'm Susan Jane, the Intuitist, and this morning I've got one intuitive insight I'd like to be able to give you from my river ramblings. This intuitive insight is one simple way to connect with your intuition. So I'm just putting the paddles up and I'll let the river take me where it needs to. So one way to easily connect with your intuition is finding a place or space that you can get to. Now at the moment I'm using the river. This is my space or my place that I'm going to really connect with my intuition. I use this because it's close to water and I like being near water, and it gives me that time to be on my own, to do what I want to do, to enjoy the environment and just connect with my inner guidance, my inner self. So I use this, but not everyone obviously is going to have access to this sort of an environment, and mine is only temporary, I can assure you. So what I did when I first started, and that was over 30 years ago, I had 3 children within 3 years. So as you can imagine, I didn't have a lot of time and space. Certainly not time and space to do this. So to create my space, my only area that I could sort of call my own was the bedroom. So I bought myself a big cushion, or I had a few big cushions, and I had this spot on the floor in the bedroom. It wasn't even in the corner, it was just in one area, and that was my meditation space. Now I could sit there, and whether I meditated, whether I just sat there and stared at a candle, doesn't really matter what I did. I just sat half the time, not really doing a lot, but it just gave me a place where I could go, a place that was mine, a place that even if the kids sat on it, it made no difference, because when I sat on it, it was where I went to connect with my intuition. Now eventually, as I sat there, and I tried to do it regularly, most of the times by then it was easier to do it when the kids were at school. They were just starting school when I was on the farm, and they'd be at school, so I'd try and do it like about after lunch, about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I'd try and just start it off as 10 minutes, start my 10-minute time, and I just sat there, and I didn't quite understand what meditation was, but I would just sit there and be mindful, just be peaceful, let everything else go, try hard not to think about what I needed to do, because as you can imagine, having 3 kids and on a 90-acre organic crop farm, there was always something to do. So yeah, that was just my space. But what actually happened when I went to that space, as I got used to it, the more I went to it, I could relax and go into that meditative state and connect with my intuition really quickly. The longer I did it, the quicker I could get to it. So I could almost just even look at the cushion and feel that space, that relaxation, that connection. So creating your own little area is just ideal, whether it's a quick walk in the morning through a bush, through the park, whether it's heading down to the beach and walking along the beach, or whether it's paddling along the creek like I'm doing. Again, it's not always viable for you, so can I suggest that you find a spot in your house that's yours, or a spot in your garden that's yours, where you can just go, and after a while you'll just instantly start to connect. My partner has a chair. He has this particular chair, and it was his mum's chair, and his mum used to sit in it and she would meditate, and he just, as soon as he sits in it, that feeling just engulfs him. He just feels so relaxed and so connected. That's his chair. Now I'm allowed to sit in it. I don't have the same feeling he gets with it, because it's his space, and he has trained his body and his physical body and his spiritual body to tune in and relax when he hits that chair. So find your space. That's how easy it is. Find your space and just start sitting in that space, being in that space. 5-10 minutes a day if you can. And when you can, allow it to be a bit longer. So that's my tip for today. Hope you have a great day. I will talk to you soon. I haven't been out here for a little while because it's been wet weather, so I'm just going to go for a paddle. I'll talk to you soon. All the very best. Bye.